What is going on, everyone? I am Cole, and I am here today because MadSpidey from YouTube has recently been pushing towards 200 subscribers, and he had an idea to do for his giveaway. So I'll be back with that right after this. All right, and thank you for sticking around. So, as I mentioned, MadSpidey had a giveaway for his 200 subscriber giveaway. That was kind of redundant there, but whatever. The thing that he wanted to do was that he wanted you to talk about a comic from Silver Age that he thought that you would like. So I'm going to have to pause. And unpause. So sorry about that. I apparently forgot what book that I wanted to show. But I had already mentioned this in the comments, but I had said Moon Knight #1 would be a good one because this was the first book I bought. Not this one particularly. I have a newsstand, but that one was harder for me to find. This is the one that I have slabbed. And yeah, that's kind of the first big book I found. I found that newsstand one at Acon, and it was this was in 2018, and yeah, I convinced the guy to give it to me for a fairly good price, so I'm pretty pumped to have that. But the second part of this giveaway was he wanted you to shout out 3 channels that you think he would like. So currently, as we're speaking, he is at 184 subscribers. So if you already, his stuff will pop up here. Please go follow MadSpidey. Maybe enter this contest yourself. But before I get to the 3 channels, I just wanted to say I do have a 750 subscriber giveaway on my Instagram. I will actually point up here to my 750 subscriber video. If you leave a comment on there, that you can get an entry, but I'll also talk about how you can enter that. I hit 100 subs, so there will be extra books added to that too, which is pretty cool. Okay, so let's get into those channels that I'm going to recommend to MadSpidey. So the first one is Bronze Age Brian. He is at 111 subs. And this guy, he's underly unsubscribed. He's one of my favorite channels. He'll go through and he will he'll go through comic shops and show you what a comic shop looks like. And he'll show you the books that he grabbed from those comic shops. He'll talk about their dollar bins, their new issues, what they have. He travels all over the U.S. And shows off these different shops. So I figure, seeing as you're in Australia, this might be a cool way for you to be able to see what, comic shops in the U.S. are like. And I mean, he goes to a lot of them. I think he is in Texas, maybe? No, he's in Florida. He went to Texas. So he's driving all over the place to find these shops and go to them. He has some in Pittsburgh. And yeah, I mean, they're pretty cool videos. Most of them are anywhere from, they're usually under 5 minutes, but it's a really cool way for you to be able to see shops in the United States. And yeah, I've even thought about doing some videos like this because I enjoy watching Brian do these so much. The next channel, I know, okay, you had mentioned that you want stuff, talking about like, some Bronze Age stuff, maybe something a little bit more wackier, like Whack Comics, and you'd mentioned Simple Simon. So one of the guys I've also been friends with for a while on here is Dan, who's also known as D. Piercy's Comics, and he does a lot of really funny skits. Him and I had kind of started off and on. Well, I haven't been doing them nearly as much, but he keeps doing them. A segment called Read That Panel, where he takes a panel from a comic and just reads it in a different voice. I've done a few of them, and they're pretty fun to do these kind of voices to them. He is currently at 327 subs, and yeah, he's an awesome guy. He's came on the Comic Burrito a few times when we've done our jump in the chat and talk about it. I've gone on his streams before and talked about it. He also does Comics and Beer, where he talks about new stuff. But I think when you were talking about the more like whack comics and like the more entertaining side of comics, I think he's a very good person for that, because he does have all these really funny shorts, or he does a little bit more oddball stuff. And the final channel that I have, this one's kind of maybe a little curveball, but it is going to be the Bearded Comic Bro. He is at 754 subs as I record this. One of the reasons I'm recommending him is because you have kind of said that you're mostly into Marvel. One of the segments that he's been doing that I think is pretty cool is he's been doing like big minor keys in like the DC Batman universe. Kind of stuff. He did some for the animated series, but he's also done some for like villains and just books that he thinks are going to take off in the DC universe. And I know you mentioned that you're mostly Marvel. I figure, hey, if you want to get into DC, this might be a quick and easy way to get like some of these videos. But he also does some stuff with his wife. He has a segment called Name That Character with his wife. That's a recurring segment, and they kind of will try and name characters, and it's more entertaining, similar to, you know, some of the other stuff that you mentioned you were into. So I highly recommend those 3 channels. They're all great. I love watching all of them, and I think that you'll enjoy them too. So thank you for doing this. You know, I'd known that Gary B also did one, and I'll have a link up here. So hey, there's 3 other channels that I recommend in that video. So if you want more recommendations, you can head over there too. But thank you very much, MadSpidey. I hope we can get you up to 200 subscribers. And yeah, for those who don't know, there'll be a link to his stuff down below. I've kind of probably put it up in the top at some point. But I highly recommend you check him out and give this a chance. And thank you again, MadSpidey, for doing this. And everyone, until next time, peace.